Nice. Quick cheeky video about the Panasonic GX9 and why I sold it way too quickly. A little context why I wanted it. Wanted, of course, as a little street shooter. It had a nice screen that's missing on most cameras. The come out screen, not a flip around screen. Everyday carry, just walk around camera. And I thought it would be amazing for some of the surf photography and videography I do. I like the Panasonic menus more than most cameras, and I figured the dual IS and the 100 to 300 millimeter lens would be amazing. But yes, afterwards I found out from Emily, Micro Four Nerds, that the small GX9 or all the smaller Micro Four Thirds bodies you can't have dual IS on them over 100 millimeter lenses, which unfortunately defeats the purpose, but again, kind of makes sense. Tiny body, much smaller eyepiece unit, I assume. It is what it is. It was definitely not as good as the GH5. Small camera and telephoto range is rarely something that's possible, especially not with a 100 to 300 millimeter lens, like a 200 to 600 equivalent. Yeah, it was too shaky to just do it handheld. I tried, I got a couple of shots, didn't work too well, especially if there was a bit more movement involved. And autofocus is not great, of course, but it was fine, worked most of the time, unless for the birds in flight was not really possible. But anyway, too shaky for video. It's a shame. I really liked the body design. I really enjoyed the button layout and the screen. EVF was crap, which kind of made me happy that I bought this one and not like a more expensive Sony a7c, because that would be the same resolution screen. Exactly the same, I think. I can put the numbers up on screen, but yeah, definitely not good enough. Like, all right in a pinch, but it was definitely not fun looking through it and trying to shoot anything. It was not enjoyable. It was like, I'm on the Panasonic S9 now. There's no EVF. People complain, but I mean, no EVF is worse than a crappy EVF, but the crappy EVF is really shitty. I'm quite happy they didn't put that shitty EVF on there and making it more expensive. And yeah, just not good enough. And I thought I can stick with my full frame setup. Maybe I sell it, the GX9, and I buy the 100 to 300. But yeah, didn't end up doing that either. I just sold the GX9 because they fetch a decent price on the second-hand market. Yeah, well, I'm not looking back, but I still kind of miss it, of course. Like every camera you don't have anymore, you still kind of miss. There's something else. Yeah, well, it was actually a flawless camera. Other than that, I mean, Micro Four Thirds and not the best autofocus. I mean, if they would just make the EVF fixed in a Mark II, if they make the EVF fixed, because that tilty up thing is kind of pointless too, and better if it's possible without making it larger, which I don't think probably it is. That's why the Sony a7c II still has the same shitty EVF, I believe. And the G9 II sensor, that would be almost a perfect camera. When I don't know if they can fix that dual IS over 100 millimeters. I think they probably could do that now. Looking at the S9 with the full frame and the IBIS that actually supports, that's the word, actually supports dual IS over that longer focal range. They could definitely do it with the Mark II. And yeah, I would be all up for it. I really like the camera. I miss it. It's a shame. Hope, yeah, I have some, yeah, that's it. Gonna shoot some more videos about cameras I sold. We'll see if I manage to do a video on a camera I kept, which cameras come and go, not because I'm a camera tester or aficionado or have heaps of money, quite opposite. I don't have hardly enough money. That's why I have to sell all my gear every time my car breaks, or I want something else. But I kind of, right now, I slimmed down my setup so much that I'm actually quite happy that way too. Only having like a photo camera and a video camera. Very separate and very distinct. And I will make a video about having two very distinct cameras as well. Anyway, thank you. See if I can cut this together.